So I think I'd like to transition into black now and discuss Relentless Dead, a card that a lot of people think is going to have a huge impact on the standard metagame and the standard format. Relentless Dead is a 2 mana, 2 black for a 2/2 menace. When it dies, you may pay a black. If you do, return it to its owner's hand. And it has an additional ability. When it dies, you may pay X. If you do, return another target zombie creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to your battlefield. So it dies, you pay 3, you get a 3 mana zombie back to the battlefield. I think the card seems really good. Seems multiple abilities, seems good early, good late. What do you guys think?
I think that I think this is the best copy of a black aggressive creature that they try to tack on one of these recursion themes to it. Like in the past, we've had Gravecrawler, we've had Bloodghast.
Yep.
In the last, and was it cons? We had the
Bloodsoaked Champion.
Yeah.
Sure.
They always try to tack on these recursive elements to the little black creatures to try to give them like a mana sink type of thing. This probably is the most powerful one we've seen ever. The fact that if once you get 2 and they don't get exiled, if you have enough mana, you can just continuously loop them back and forth. It's extremely powerful. The fact that they can block is also a big deal because usually all the cards we've just mentioned, Gravecaller,
none of them can
block.
block.
None of them can block.
Yeah, that is a good point. A lot of the cards can't block. So like when you're behind, they're bad. They're terrible, right?
Yeah.
Like Gravecrawler, Bloodghast are terrible when you're behind. But this card, if you're just looping it and you're just trying to draw into your like bigger spells or like your end game kind of thing, like it blocks forever basically, as long as they can't exile it.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is good considering that other than bring itself back for 1 black mana, the X ability can only bring back other zombies. And most of the zombies in Standard right now aren't really aggressive. You have I think on the zombies list that people have been posting, it's like Shambling Goblins is in the list.
Risen Executioner,
Fleshback Marauder. It's like all these are not really aggressive zombies. They're more like mid-rangey, control-ish zombies.
I feel like it's going to be a mid-range deck, though. It's not going to be too much of an aggro deck.
Yeah, but at that point, I feel as though it's like a mid-range deck with a good late game, but you have people casting things like Avacyn against you, and Sorin, and Chandra, and...
Their late game is better than your late game is going to be kind of thing is what the theory is.
Yeah, I just don't think... I think that in the next set, if they print better zombies, for more aggressive, this could be the key engine for late game in that deck. As right now, I think it's powerful. I just don't think the deck is there for it.
There are not enough zombies, and like I
Not
said,
enough zombies.
I agree. There could be definitely more zombies in Eldritch Moon, right? It's definitely a two set block. Their Wizards designs the cards for the whole block, not just for the individual set. They think about it a lot of times where cards get better when more cards get printed. That's very, very common.
It depends on how they tend to go with it. Because I know the last Innistrad block, it was the last set was Avacyn Restored, where all the zombies were saved, everything went back to normal. So they do that, and all the werewolves are gone, and all the zombies are gone, and they don't print any more zombies. That could be a problem.
Yeah.
But if it is Shadows or Innistrad Part 2, where there's more zombies and more werewolves, this card will probably get much better.
Sure.
I still think it's going to see play in this standard format. I think that ability is too good to ignore, even if you're only getting itself back, or even just the other. I don't know any of their names. What they do. I know there's a star one, the Titan one, right?
Zombie
power and
Colossus.
toughness.
Yeah, Diagram
Yeah,
Colossus
so
or something. Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty solid for mid-range. It allows you to make bad attacks just to squeeze damage to it and then recur them. You can also just attack with that guy by himself and make a bad attack and then buy him back, or get something bigger back. So it's almost in their interest better to take the 2, because if they block it, you can get something else back. Also, from a control standpoint, I'd be worried about playing against this guy, because if they just stagger everything, 1 turn back, they'll have that 1 mana to pay to bring it back. That's where my removal is just not as good. You need something like an exiling effect, like you guys were mentioning before.
Yeah, I think that most of the control decks are going to have a lot of exiling effects, though. Between Declaration in Stone, the new Wrath Exile,
Silk
Wrap, the new Vindicate. There's a plethora of exile effects.
I think they might be overloaded, though. If you just curve out, you have to answer them. You don't just take damage. I think it definitely has avenues to win. I'm not a fan of it, but I think it can be control.
Sure.